Okay, let's do this. I can lower this music a little bit. Yeah. First of all, this is not a tutorial. If you're new to the game, get out. Go to speedrun.com/Sultan/guides. Mostly look at the first entry in that thread, which is the Big Sultan tutorial by TurboDogs1002. There is going to be a new version of that coming soon, TM. All I can say about that is get hyped. Okay, let's go for this thing here. First of all, I like the tap jump, not mash it too bad, so that I'm a little bit closer to this slope here. So not mashing it, just tapping it a little bit slowly, so that I bunk a little bit quicker. Air slashes. Now this is a advanced drifter move where you do the air slash and jump to grab this heart. So the way this next part works is I time 2 slides and then what the fuck is it called? A vault. Is it 3 actually? I don't even remember this one. I don't count when I do it, I just know what to do. I guess it's 3. Oh yeah, because it's 2 for the other method, where you come from on the second floor. Yeah, and if you do it correctly, you'll face like this to the right. Then I slash both of these, turn around, get across. As soon as I get the holy water, I Hydro Storm, throw that. When he starts seeing power, I Hydro Storm again, smash holy water, pray for stacks, and that's the fastest skill you can get by far. What's up, Mort? I'm doing a little bit of a Strat exploration. Ironically, just as you came in, the Defiance music started playing in the background. So you do that shit, and you get the fastest possible prologue with those fast kills on Dracula, that casting time. So now we do boring stuff. You can not angle down for these. Okay, one zombie. I like to walk, so that I always get 3 like that, and it's pretty quick. I always walk forward. Okay, so for this, since I'm gonna save state here, it doesn't matter that I'm gonna level up. So, very important thing. Probably should not have done this. So, here the trick to this is to cancel your first slash and then do a second one as soon as possible. So you kind of mash. So you do a small jump and you mash attack so that you do two very quick slashes inside of the tunnel. It's a little bit different because when you jump, you bonk your head. Like you can see it right here. And your attack kind of gets automatically cancelled. It doesn't even play the sound sometimes. So you have to... Sorry, it's the beer. So you have to jump and kind of spam attack. And you will do 2 very quick ones. Not like that. You get the idea. Should have made a save to show you that better, but fuck it. Kill that guy, shield dash consistently. Damage boost. So, okay. So run into this guy, get damaged. So you just shield dash into him, and when the stun animation ends, jump over and try to let go of jump so that you kind of land on his butt like that. After that, I kind of do a mini jump to hop out of his stun, and he will do a quicker. He's more likely to do a quick turnaround on a dime and bark immediately like that. Bark. So this you're just gonna have to figure out how to do this properly. To know the different timings he's gonna bark at depending on where your position is. And obviously there's also a better standing position for this trick that's coming up. This is the best one. Your ideal casting time for this spell is going to be like this. When he starts barking, you also start your spell. Then you're gonna have some options on what you want to do. I want to come up, so I come up to about here. I turn around to do two backdashes in a specific timing, and I hold left. So, if he barks late, like this, what happens? If he barks late, you walk forward and you skip one of the backdashes in until your screen just died, please. When you get to about here, so if you see, oh, I have a mouse, I can show you this. So you see this candle in the background? When you get to about this point of the screen scrolling, you turn around, you do a single backdash and hold left after like the middle of it. That is another timing you can use for when he barks late. And you just you can adjust your positioning, stuff like that. Just try and get a good timing for this. It's a frame perfect trick, so it's gonna be hard, it's gonna piss you off, it's gonna cause a lot of resets. So that was the late bark. There, I didn't get a damage boost. So I also try, when I land here, I try to get into position and start holding up as soon as possible for as long as possible. Seems to make him bark quicker as well. So I just need to get this so that I can continue onward. Could be a problem. So that was just too fast on the backdashes that time. It's pretty obvious. Wow, that was way too late. So cop, get in position, hold. There we go, that's it. The frame is always going to be the same. You know how to do death skip. If you don't know how to do death skip, get the fuck out. Don't watch this, don't waste your time. Watch TurboDog's tutorial and watch my short tutorial for the skips. Okay, very important. This is going to be a theme throughout Clock Rush. Should I lower the music even more? I'm not sure. So, when you get up stairs like these, so the angle of slopes is almost the same. So there's like two angles of slopes in this game. It's gonna be one like this and one slightly different. But when you go up slopes, don't do so. There's a skeleton right here, right in between these two textures. So don't do this. That's wasting time. Instead, do that. Bam. Because what we do is we just keep holding forward. We just do a very quick forward horizontal slash with a jump, and we land very quickly on the same platform. We can just continue. So this guy won't be there normally, so don't mind that. So here for this cube of Zoe, you can like do a cool turnaround like this while you pick it up. But be careful so you don't fall in that pit. That's kind of the pit of shame in Soden, pretty much. This is the emoji skeleton room. Don't get emoji'd. Like to do this high jump and slash at the bone. He can still kill you sometimes. There's nothing you can do about it. So you can do these technically optimal backdashes on these platforms, but it only saves 0.3 of a second if you do every single one of them. And if you fuck up, you're fucked. It's GG, so I would suggest no, don't do that shit. Okay, when you fall from high places, let's kill these guys so they don't annoy me. Technically, shield cancel is optimal, but as a lot of things when it comes to movement, sometimes it's just gonna come up to personal preference. For some of these I prefer to shield cancel, for some of these I don't. For this one, I would say it's just as fast to jump like this. So cancel jump. Oh, it's not gonna look like that. You're gonna land down here. Jump, 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 jump. And if you do it correctly, you can run into this guy right here. This spittle bone. So I actually like to delay one of my jumps a little bit so I don't run into him. For the rest of these steps, the good strat for RTA is to jump, run up against these steps, the side of them, and try on time letting go of left or right so that you land on top. There's no real ledge grabbing in Soden, so there's like slight differences in your hitbox, but it's not going to be anything significant. I like to grab this axe. I'm going to tell you why later. So this is, let me make a save state here. Okay. So this is going to be Slower Gaibon. Learn a double kill. It's very easy. So if you have high strength, they're going to do that. They're going to slash him, they're going to fall down. And when they fall down, you slash twice. If you want to see the other method, I have a video about it on my YouTube. Go watch that. It's a little bit different. You slash, and you slash at Gaibon's dick, literally. After you kill them, shield dash and get as far right as possible before this happens, because this is slow. You can technically do a canceled slash when you fall down, but it's risky because you can do a slightly different hit on one of them, which will fuck up the double kill. Same thing here. So even though this slope right there is a little bit different, I still use it. So I do a normal slash and then I do a high one. Obviously try to do as short of a jump as possible so that you land soon. Bam. Bam, same thing here. Now, if you don't know, Soden has this 7 frame rule, which makes... I think they made it so that the game feels very good to control, and I agree. When you run off of a ledge, you have 7 frames to jump off. So I use this right here. So I shield dash off of the platform, not like that. Oh my god. Wrecked. So I shield dash off of that platform. Go with. And my god, this is painful. I should have just killed Slogar Gaibon. Damn. Wow, I didn't do it again. Fuck it. So you jump after that. And this is one of the places where I don't shield cancel. So this is personal preference. You can shield cancel and do kind of like something like that. Shield cancel, downsize that guy. I personally like to jump when I land. and that feels a little bit better. When it comes to time, there's like optimizations like this all over the place, and it's gonna come down to personal preference on this time. Okay, doors. When you enter a loading room, you can hold the opposite direction. You can just hold it, and only worry about timing your shield dashing. Obviously, when you exit the red door, you have to hold forward for at least a little bit, otherwise you're gonna just enter back into the loading room. Let me lower this music because I have the feeling I can feel it. So, there you go. There you go, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing this as a tutorial for new players, Taco. Kyle, by the way. Okay. You can, you don't need to downslash these guys. You can just, sometimes it actually feels better for me to do a standing slash. Here is another place where I like to do a jump, backdash jump. Here we do the same thing. Obviously this time you need to time it a little bit better. Fleamen. So you can influence the Fleamen, but you can't really manipulate them perfectly. So what I try to do is shield dash close to them and do a very short downward slash. Like this. Obviously they can jump over you, and that's why you have the axe. If you react quickly, you can use that. Like that. But you don't want to throw them just for nothing because they're worth a lot of hearts. On steps like this, I like to do 2 small hops. You can also like do something like this. It doesn't matter. You're moving at the same speed, which just feels more comfortable for me. Just mash like crazy here, and now you can time slash that backdash into this next hidden loading area. Same thing here. You can do, I guess 2 small hops here would be fucking weird, so just do one like this. This is the kind of jump you want to do for the Fleaman. Seems to work the best. Table, standing, abusing the angle. Same here, bam, because you land super quickly. Don't do that, don't be bad. Bam, bam. Here you can do like a fancy thing, but in order to do that, you need to kind of slow down. So what I actually like to do is bam, bam. So if you get a good experience shot, you level up off of this guy. Nothing special about it. Jump here. Bam. Now, I like to turn around and double slash these guys. Feels very quick. Technically you can do that. This. It's very quick, but it can mess you up if you like to do something like this. It's very slow. So I prefer being consistent in this instance. You don't need to jump very high at all for these. You just need to be kind of close to them to do this low jump kill. Okay, let me answer some questions in chat. Yeah, the Quake songs are a little bit loud. Am I shield dashing faster than Taco? Maybe a little bit, because I'm used to shield dashing in this manner, but I'm also not using the controller. Also, shield dashing speed can be very deceptive, like very deceptive. So I may just be hitting a different animation on the shield dash, and it just may look quicker even though it isn't. Like, here's how I can shield dash with keyboard. Now that looks very fast, but it's not, because that was a reverse rhythm shield dash, what I call it. And here's the thing about shield dashing. If you backdash and shield like this, you'll just do a backdash. If you backdash shield and let go of the shield, it will stop you in place. So if your rhythm is off, you'll actually be quick, but then also slow yourself down. Here you can do a backdash, but in my opinion, since you're gonna have to jump directly to this ledge there, You can actually just jump straight. Bam, like this. On emulator, please don't do something like this. That's terrible. That's 2 loading screens on PlayStation, they take forever. Kill this guy if you have a good experience, which you should. Not you need to feel bad. This boss is almost as hard as Menace. Just kidding. Count drops. And grab this if you need to. So here you can do a lot of cool stuff. I like to be consistent instead of as fast as possible here, but technically you can skip this guy. It's really cool when you do it, but it's not consistent. I'm gonna try and do it once to show you. It looks very cool. It's similar to skipping the Skelerangs in the zigzag after Clock Rush. Like this. Bam. Bam, bam. I didn't jump, that's terrible. But yeah, the first part of that was very good. Don't miss your jumps, that's terrible. So here, okay, how do I do this? So when you come up here with a decent pace, you're gonna have one of 2 Medusa heads, or 3 I guess. You can have a no spawn, you can have a high spawn and a low spawn. A safe thing is to just land on this thing and backdash. If it's slow, you can jump over it. If it's high, you can slash it like that. Even though it's gonna be more like this. So you will be able. This guy won't ever be an issue, so don't worry about him. You can get a troll spawn around here. Just don't be bad. Don't do this. Don't jump sash the switch, because you will still need to sash at the switch 3 times, so it's perfectly useless. So okay, for this thing, there are 2 methods to do this clip here. Backdash against the door, and once you're here, the newer method I saw from Taz and I kind of developed to RTA is to backdash. You do a small jump to the right. It's very important that you hold jump and right. That seems to make it much better. Like this. Oh, that was very close. Let me see if I can do it. It's frame perfect. There you go, that's it. Their method is just to hold right and jump like that. That's probably it. I find it harder. After the wolf, you can do a backdash. Not reliable, probably not even faster to be honest. So a lot of the time, if you have to do just a single backdash somewhere, and if you have to turn around, do a backdash and turn around again, it's most likely not worth it. So here, when you fall shield cancel, I like to backdash into position. While I'm backdashing, transform, and I dash. Once I'm on this slope, I immediately jump. And kind of after the screen transition almost, or during it, I hold right. So now I'm gonna teach you about single tap dashing, because this is gonna be something that you fucking need to know. So when you're holding, as wolf, when you're holding a direction and you're jumping, you can single tap dash. What you need to do is let the wolf land and kind of do a half step and then press the direction. You can do this with Maria as well, do dashes and do some very cool drop kicks. You're gonna do that here. You're gonna bark and immediately untransform. Grab that. Okay, so now onto full wolf. That's You need to learn this full wolf, otherwise you're terrible. Again, just murder everything, doesn't matter. Be consistent, don't try to be Rum Scout unless you're a Rum Scout. Don't do these jumps, they're not worth it. Transform during the thing, you can jump over that if you don't want drops, even though it will slow down your acceleration. Doesn't matter because we are running forever here. This is easy. Bark at this guy. So if you need a heart, you can do a bark jump here that will kind of give it to you. Let me show you how. That will give you the heart. It's a pretty comfortable and easy to learn timing, and sometimes though I, for example, want to not have hearts. You understand why later. So you can either skip that guy, which I would not advise, or you can kind of a bad. You kind of a late jump. Well, just you can figure it out. You can do that. So here. So my biggest advice is don't fucking spam for shit in Sutton. That's bad. I'm not saying that because we have Z's in Metalcore in chat. Maybe somewhat I'm saying that. But please don't spam shit, please learn to time stuff. Here for these two guys, as soon as you run off, you're gonna bark and bark. The timing is very tight for that, but once you get the hang of it, it's gonna become easy. So you're running off, you're barking very early for this guy. You're far away from him, but you're pressing the button so that the wolf starts to bark. Bam, and you bark right before you hit that next guy. So you do bark, bark. Running off ledges. You don't wanna... So here's how the wolf works when he runs off ledges. If I run off the ledge and if I hold the opposite direction, he'll just continue forward at max speed. He doesn't give a shit if you run off. Which is also a type of a safe strat for later. But fuck safe strats. What you want to do is let go and turn around. So this jump, learn this jump or else you're bad. You wanna kill that skeleton at the bottom near the corner and immediately jump. Bam. And you do the same kind of turn around there. Now you're just gonna have to practice that. It's a weird sequence of events that needs to happen. You kind of still let go so that you turn around and not run forward like an idiot. And I'm gonna show you what that prevents right now. So if you remember, we had the single tap dash. So this is the other method. Bam, I'm stunned. I land from high up. I can't dash. It's impossible. But if we do that cool little jump there. Bam, I jump. Bam, I turn around. I do single tap dash. Look how fucking fast that is. It's amazing. It's the best thing ever. Okay, on to the hardest part of the full wolf. Maybe. The table jump. So the table jump works like this. When you're running down the slope... I can kill this guy. When you're running down the slope, in order to do that weird front jump, you need to let go of forward, jump, and then press forward as soon as possible so that you get your speed back. Now if you do it very quickly... Well, you need to be dashing obviously. If you do it very quickly, you'll actually, it may depend on which direction you're facing. So that's why I'm not getting the shadows, but if you do it quickly enough, you'll get shadows, meaning the dash speed. That's what you want. The timing for it, you're just gonna have to figure it out. I don't really have a visual cue for it. I just gonna... Bam. Unfortunately, can't bark kill these. I guess I do kind of jump at this red thing. Bam. And there we go, I have shadows. And when I land, obviously I'm not gonna double tap. Single tap. Immediately jump. Obviously don't run up of these slopes. This guy, you can do weird things, try and manipulate him a little bit. When I come up in this room, I try to do this. Jump, jump. Actually, no, that was completely terrible and wrong. Like that. That seems to make him behave in a better way. Okay, so if you end up in this room and the clock is open, you need to do a super jump. In order to do a super jump, you let go, similar to like for the table jump, you let go forward, you hold up, you jump, and you press forward again as soon as possible. So this is how it's gonna look. This guy's gonna hit me. Okay, he isn't. Fuck you, man. I'm bad though, why am I jumping? Bam! Untransform as soon as possible. And jump off of that. If you end up here sooner, there's a few things that you can do. So if you're on PlayStation, you're very close to the 8-minute mark. You can just stand here and do that. Just hold up left and wait for the clock to start opening. Stand here on the bottom though. Bam, you're up there. If you're on Xbox, you can do some cool shit with hugging this. Except you need to actually time it. You jump against this statue and you hold left. Hold left against the statue, and as soon as the statue, so you jump, you transform into wolf. Actually, what the hell? I guess I need to do it at 59. Jesus. Anyway, you do that, and as soon as the statue starts moving, you know you can untransform. If you don't do that, this is what's gonna happen. How did I mistime this? There you go. If you're untransformed too early, you cannot diagonally kick that candle. Anyway, so backdash off of this thing, jump, jump. Doing that weird backdash here is, in my opinion, completely worthless. Do a jump, jump, backdash to the door. Bam. Okay, let me read some chat. Jump in as soon as you land, makes the second bark easier. Well, I guess it depends. Like, for my timing, I try to make the first bark early, and it makes the second one easier. But, I mean, obviously, as most things, you need to figure out the timing for yourself. Okay, this room, the optimal way to do it is to not have to fight any of them, which I'm very bad at and never do. Because if you get hit, you lose a lot of time, but if you do it like this, obviously try to let go and jump so you land very soon on these things. This saves you around a second, maybe a little bit less. Please do this jump here. Don't be bad. Colosseum pretty straightforward, except the one manipulation, which you should already know. That's not a hard strat. Like the slash there. Jump under that. So here, I mean, these jumps, obviously you don't want to just hold and do some moon jumps, but it's very hard to do very tight jumps here. So try your best. Be very tight with those jumps and you won't get hit. Slash here, shoot, cancel. Be very quick with shoot dashes, or be bad. So here in this room, in order to activate the cutscene as soon as possible, what I like to do is do 2 back dashes and jump off to the right, like that. Here you only need to tap left to turn around, So for this cutscene, you can just hold left under against this step when Alucard stops moving, and when he bam, when he is already at the ending part of his stopping animation, there you can hit menu to skip the cutscene. Oh wow, that takes forever. What's this room? Look at this lag. That's PlayStation stuff. Obviously, do I have a... I'm gonna do it again just to explain something else too. And I'm gonna show the other way to do this Skelly-Rang room the way I do it. Don't do that. So the idea is if you jump right here, you're gonna get a cancel, which is very quick. Bam! Wow, I can't jump. Bam! There you go. That makes you lose the minimum amount of time, which is around 0.8 of a second. Not super significant. So, when you slash with your sword, when you spam, depending on how you spam, you may not get a very quick slashing. For some people it works best with spamming, for some people it works best... Oh, that's bad, don't do that ever. For some people it works best if you just time every single shot. I know Metako did like 2 like this, 2 button presses for a single slash. You can figure out the timing for yourself, but in general timing that is a little bit better. I'm gonna show you the cutscene skip too. But that's with timing, single slashes. Single slashes. Run against this. Bam! And here, because there's so much lag, I do not spam shield dash. Well, I don't do that usually, but instead of doing that, I do press, 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 press. Here I do, similar to the entrance of the previous room, I do 2 shield dashes. Oh my god, I'm gonna activate this, so I'm not gonna jump there again. And I do 2 here as well, so that I avoid any running into these things. So that I have unobstructed movement here, instead of doing something like bam, bam. This is, even though you're shield dashing a lot, if you shield dash against this thing and then jump, that's slow. Obviously you wanna, so when you item manage, you should know where your library card is, but if you don't, usually you need to menu, spam down, and while you're spamming down you can look at it and just activate it. That's sometimes a decent way to do it, but ultimately you want to count that shit. Okay, let's make a save state here. Here what I like to do is just hold right and do a single tap dash. You can do a Mist Wolf and single tap. That saves like 20 frames. You can do that if you want to. I have a, in my skips guide, I explain exactly how I do this thing. Ooh, the book is gonna be terrible now, of course. But yeah, in my skips guide, I explain exactly how I do this. You can go and see that. The gist of it is I jump at a specific place every single time, and when the wolf bends his knees, actually he's not gonna do it right now, I do the mist. And then wait accordingly for the dive kick. That's all there is to this. Here you can do this. This kick to regain horizontal control a little bit quicker. You can just hold down for a fairy card and time it, it's not too difficult. The granite's always going to be at the same place unless you get a drop of like a talisman or something like that. garden is gonna be at the same place. Here you spam that shit as hard as you can till your fingers fall off. Save the frames. You need around E6 for any percent. Now the best menu is Metalco's menu. You go page down, 2 up, Mana Prism. 3 page down, 1 page up, down, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, if you're gonna do library escape. Okay, how do I explain this next part? This is very important, so let me see if I have a good menu. I'm gonna make myself a good menu. Like this. Hopefully I don't get any drops. Actually, I'm gonna do it after talk because this save state is terrible. But let me show you what happens if you do menu management. So if you manage your menu so that your library card is always on the left side, you're gonna be able to do the menu in the exact same way every single time. Obviously the shop is always gonna be the same, but then the equipping of the stuff after the shop is gonna be a little bit different. Do some good, extremely short jumps here. Actually, when did I last make a save state? It doesn't matter. I think it's in the library. I'm just gonna do it anyway. 400 bucks? Doesn't matter. Oh, my jump key stopped being pressed down? That's interesting. And now we are approaching the section when I'm gonna also talk about lag reduction on emulator and PlayStation. We're not there yet, but it's gonna be coming very soon. E4. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it. So now I'm spamming. And I'm spamming pretty hard, and you can see it definitely is slower than last time. Okay, so let's say that we did menu management. Whoops. Well, that's not what's supposed to happen. Okay. That's the jumps you need to do here. Bam bam. Actually, I don't know if it still may be a problem, but we'll see. Because of that sword. Single tap dash here. You can do some barks because it's cool. There I waited for the book to get in a better position for my kick. I'm gonna try and figure out what exactly I press for that, the thing that I'm about to explain. But it's very cool when you figure out what it means. Okay. Let's see if E4... Actually, I think I will be able to tell by the gold. Let's see, 2K. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect. You can probably even skip one more. Okay, when you start equipping your shit, obviously the first one is gonna be the duplicator. You can press left down, equip it. Damn it, that I should have made a save state for this, because I don't know what actually I press to do this stuff. How do you move page up, page down? I really hate this part of my brain that doesn't know what I'm actually pressing. Okay, so you're gonna do the same inputs for all three items. You're gonna do left down, mana prism, left down, buffalo star. For all three, the duplicator, the mana prism, and the buffalo star, and they're gonna be there as long as your library card is on the left side. Always. So make sure that you do that shit. Here, I know some people like to move their cursor up on the mana prism. I actually leave it on buffalo star. You're still gonna do the same input, it's just different where and when you're gonna do it. Okay. Yeah. How do you exit menus? There we go. Here I like to mana prism if I'm low. If I'm not, I'm gonna wolf. Here's what you're gonna do here. You're gonna be cool. You're gonna jump late. And you're gonna fail. I'm gonna show this once, not explaining it too hard, because it's not even used by anyone right now. Jump kinda late. Jump right here. And now, okay, here's something that happened right there. I did the auto dash, but I didn't actually wait for the wolf to gain any speed at all. He still needs like a few frames to do it. There you go. And there, if you land too close to the ledge, you may do this and lose all your speed because you run into the ledge. But a perfect position would be here, where you're gonna do a single tap and you're gonna be able to get over there. That's perfect. Very small hop. You can stopwatch when you're walking on that ledge to stop them from doing anything to you. You need to expend all these hearts anyway. Again, run off. Can't really reduce that lag. Only thing you can do is just try to not lose any momentum. I did a super jump here for this grade. Run off this. After you get this, after the fanfare of the relic pickup, you just do a small hop. And this can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Usually when you're in the rhythm of a run, you won't do this over and over again, what I'm doing right now. Here you want to wait a little bit after you missed, because if you do this, so if you saw that I was spamming bat, I was spamming it, and I wasn't getting the bat. That's because the bat, all transformations have a timeout. So after the mist, wait a little bit, bam, and you can do the dive, the mana prism, and the bat. You do here on transform. The way this thing works is you do a mist wolf with a 6 or 7 frame gap, and the wolf will run automatically. So depending on how you mana prism, it may change how these frames that I'm about to show work. So be consistent with your mana prism. I like to always cast it very close to the actual mist wolf, and then you wanna run. And I do my visual cue is when the wolf starts running, I do map. That was a little bit quick. Oops. Map. So now I do a 1 tap pause buffer. If I need to, I do 2 tap. I end up failing all over the place. And then you're just gonna have to look up these frames. They're on speedrun.com/guides. This is one of the untransform frames. For some reason I am paused. That's interesting. You wanna hold right when you're doing this mispat, so you end up a little bit here. And do 5 and a 6. I waited a little bit, so this is gonna be fine. But you can do a miss wolf here. You can do also just a normal wolf, kind of your preference. Because if you fuck up one miss wolf or mispat here, you're gonna be in trouble with mana. But after that, you can mispat, just continue. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. Here there are several methods you could do, but they're all pretty much equivalent, so figure out what works for you. I like to hold up, and whenever I see this red outline on the door, bam, I mispat. Hold up and transform. And I should have activated Mana Prism there before I am, so that the Mana Prism is finished by the time I'm here. Here you're gonna do a right-left bat to go over that ledge there. There's other methods in the task, but they're not really faster for RTA. Here the normal method is this. You transform. This would be a mispat. So a thing when you do mispats is when you hold, the bat will kind of move in the direction before you're able to start your next wing smash, and you can use that to position yourself perfectly for some stuff. Mispat, and I'm ready to wing smash. Here with mispat, optimally you would be like right here, right at this this positioning. And here you can go up to about here and just hold up and do the same thing, mispat, and it will kind of position where you can just mispat, when you can just wing smash there. A super advanced strat that it's not used right now, and it's not really that much faster, and it's kind of risky. But you can mispat super light there, put a turnaround, and do that. It's pretty cool. On these doors, after I have wing smash, I like to, obviously you want to untransform so that you don't have any extra hang time on the doors. I like the dive kick and mana prism. On some of these it doesn't matter when you mana prism, but this is going to be very important for emulator versus Xbox 360. You want to be particular with your mana prisms and not spam it all over the place. So here in any single scenario you want a mana prism here, please do it. So mana prism, we bat dash. 1, 2, straight. 1, hold down, and then you mispat right here before it ends. Right here. 1, 1, hold down. Ultimately you want to bonk right here. Here to position myself for this, you can either just shield dash twice here, but especially on PlayStation it's very awkward, so I just do 1. Then I hold left, I do jump, and then I do kind of a straight jump, straight up, and I'm gonna show you why now. Because when I do my next jump, I'm gonna kind of run into those steps a little bit, and then I'm gonna, if you try it for yourself, you see you kind of snap in a very good position there. Bam. Short one, fine. So that you step like that on this platform. You want to do quick jumps, you just need to tap right here. He spins, you jump. Okay, so when you get damage boosted on this wheel, please jump immediately. Jump immediately or bad things will happen. Here I'm gonna do a slow jump, and you're gonna see why I advise to try and avoid it. Here's where I'm at. I'm like in the middle of this harpy. It makes the mana prism timing more difficult. It makes your life more difficult in general. please. So the timing for that is you're gonna get damage boosted. That's right. Wait for the spin. Yeah, and I press. If you can tell, I press left there to get damage boosted. Oop, missed time to jump there. Doesn't matter. Immediately jump. When I'm at about that height of that ledge there, I wing smash and miss bat somewhere around here. Doesn't really matter that much. It's very important that you get this mana prism, by the way, with this damage boost, because we will need that mana for the next room, which is one of the most difficult rooms in the game, the pendulum room. Get this mana prism, jump, bam, bam, and optimally even here you will still have free wing smashes from that mana prism. You can also practice this by doing this. Okay, very important positioning thing. So when you wing smash downwards here, and when you miss bat, the bat is again going to do this self-positioning thing. Bam! See, I let go of everything, but the bat snapped into position there. Bam! And he even does this sound of the bat moving. This one, this sound. So that is my height to then go for this skip right here. I got the skip, but I didn't get the wing smash after that. Again. Bam, the sound. So you're gonna have to practice this, there's no other way to it, but you're gonna be wing smashing, and about here you're gonna press down, and honestly I kinda tap down. I don't really hold it because you don't wanna. Here, let me try and just hold down. You don't wanna do this because when you're wing smashing down that much, it's very hard to snap off of the ground and go up. So you don't wanna do that. You wanna hold down for a short period of time so that you get past, and then you're able to continue. Then you do another wing smash and you can clear this gap, and you can miss bat around here, saving you a lot of travel up time. So here in this area, oh my god, I'm gonna die. In this area, in general, never mana prism and miss bat. Let's see what happens. So one backup: if you fail this wing smash, because it's very hard and you're gonna need to practice it a lot. After you make the skip, a lot of the time you untransform right here. Jump straight up and do 2 wing smashes like that. You're gonna need to hold up for a fairly good amount of time, and optimally you wouldn't be hugging this. That'd be a little bit here, so you can get past here. You can also start holding down and go all the way. Okay, up to the bonk here on PlayStation. If you bonk, so the normal thing is to just do this. But are you already seeing why I'm gonna say don't do this? Here's this insane slowdown that happens. So a lot of people may not realize when I play why the game kind of performs the way it does. It's because I really try to avoid things like this. Here's what I do instead. It's a very small difference. So here's what I do. I do Mana Prism bat. I wait for this sound of the bat turning around, and then I Wing Smash Mist Bat. Now, obviously you're gonna have to pay attention to your mana, and if you have good mana you can just and not have any lag like this. Oh, I didn't hold down there apparently. But if you're low on mana, Bat Dash, wait a little bit, and look at this difference. Look at this insane difference that happens. Bam, slowness. I just want to hold down. Try to cast your Mana Prism here while you're doing the dive kick. So I don't need to do it anywhere. Like, obviously you can't do it while this whole shenanigan is happening right here with this guy dying, because it will kill the game completely. You can do it here, but this jump is kinda, it's not hard, but you can mess it up very easily, especially if you want a Mana Prism too. So you wanna jump. I like being about here. You can be a little bit forward, a little bit backward. You're gonna still be able to adjust, but I really like being like this. This is like my jam. You're gonna go to about here and do a Wing Smash where you really hold up. Don't let go of up. Do not let go of up, because this is the difference. I'm gonna execute the Wing Smash, but I'm gonna let go of up around the end of the Wing Smash. Look at this. Letting go. Look at where I am. Like, completely different position. I started from about the same place. So the more you hold up, the more momentum you're gonna preserve in your direction. Let go. I was right here before. Anyway, so do this. Actually, let me do another. Actually, I think I have a save state around. I'm gonna need mana for this. So I do a little bit of a dive kick, jump up, miss wolf, and this is my preferred pixel. You may want to be a little bit forward. I wouldn't suggest being like this. You can do it, but you need a very weird timing. You can be like this as well, but I like this. This is like what I want. Now, obviously, you should know how to do this by now. I obviously don't. So you do this. The other method is to kind of do this jump, but then you need to adjust, because sometimes you're gonna pick up that thing. And if you do this, just press bat when your wolf starts running on the platform. Bam, bat. You don't need to do anything. You're in the perfect fucking position. Here's what I do then. I go up a little bit with my second Wing Smash. I'm gonna say why a little bit. Well, not my first. That was bad. Can I please do this? Wing Smash up a little bit. And for the cutscene skip, I would advise not trying to do it super quickly. Just wait a little bit. That can actually help you a little bit. Can I do this, please? There we go. Oh, I missed the Wing Smash. So I waited a little bit and I went up. So when Alucard untransforms in that cutscene and he's hugging the ceiling like this, he will fall like this. Otherwise, if you're in the air, he's gonna fall straight down. Now the worst thing that can happen well, not other than that, I'm gonna try and fuck it up on purpose. I don't even know how to do is this. You're gonna land on the steps and jump up. Oh, that's terrible. Don't do that. If you do a good version of my method, you're gonna be at the edge. So now there I wasn't high enough. So just do a little bit of an exaggerated wing smash, and you can land right on this edge right here. And that's the best thing that can happen. How long have I been streaming? Oh my god, it's almost already over an hour. So here, you can jump straight up in Mana Prism and do stuff from here. Depending on how you like to space your wing smashes, you're gonna do it how you want to. What I prefer, let me save it actually. What I prefer is doing this. I end up right over this ledge. I'm hugging this, and it's just more comfortable for me to do the wing smashes. Bam, bam, 3, go down. Bam, up. Bonk, fail. Now this just requires a lot of practice to do the whole thing. You're gonna want to go down here, you're gonna up here, miss bat. Now what I look for in this miss bat is for the edge of the screen to be around this corner of the clock tower in the background. Around here. Anywhere from here to here is what I want to see. And after I do that, so it also matters from where you start. You can start from here, from in the air. It's all gonna change your trajectory. You're just gonna have to just dig around with it and figure out how you want to do it. So now I'm right at the edge. If I'm way too far here at the edge, I like to just fly up a little bit while I'm preparing for this wing smash, because the input is gonna be up to up, full circle either way. And I want to hold, so when I start this wing smash right here, I want to let go of jump around here. Around, I'm not talking about the vertical position, I'm talking about where I am inside this clock tower. And that's about what I want. Bam. Bam. Here I try to manually untransform so that you don't go all the way like here or something. That was terrible. Obviously you want to be as low as possible. And just the other day I figured out that the best method is to do this. Obviously try to not bonk there. So this level up is usually going to be on this tombstone right here. Be aware of that. Obviously you want to wing smash. Okay, very very important thing for emulator. Usually I do all these fancy bam stuff everywhere. Don't do it here. Please don't do this. Here's why. Because if you do this and you miss the mana prism, you're gonna need to mana prism in this next room. Yeah, with the normal way of doing it. I have mana now, but normally you would need it. If you do, so I do the same thing I did for after library. I hold up when I see the red, I miss that. If you want to also add a mana prism here, bam, the slowest thing you've ever seen in the universe. Unacceptable. So you really want to have mana here, full mana. So that you can do this. Not bonk there, obviously, because that's terrible. Save state. Oh yeah, I should explain how miss bat works. So when you're wing smashing in a direction and you miss bat very quickly, you're gonna continue heading in that direction, which is very weird. Bam, I continue going here. But if I slow it down, I'm gonna go the other direction. So for these turnarounds, a lot of the time you wanna do this and turn around with the miss bat, so that you end up in this perfect position where, if you saw, I just turned around and I was touching this. And it's not like difficult to get when you get the timing. Bam, bam, I'm touching it. Like I can't go any further to the right. Now, if you do mess up with your mana, what you can do is do this. You wing smash here, you untransform, you dive kick Mana Prism, and you do a jumping transformation. No missed back, because you're still gonna lag the game to all hell. Just do this, and you do this. Now, slight optimization here is when Alucard is flying against the ceiling like this. I don't know if you can see it, but there's these particles that come off the ceiling. That lags the game. Oh my god. What the hell? This has really never happened before in the stream. Anyway, AVG man. I like the wing smash up. Wow, I didn't do it there. That's weird. I like the wing smash up and wing smash forward. I'm not touching the ceiling. Now this is kind of risky to do. I try to do it in actual runs. I try to pretty much touch the ceiling or maybe tap down or something. But that's technically optimal. So when you're in this Medusa, yeah, that also lags again. That is correct. In this room, you wanna get to about here as fast as possible. Unfortunately, Bat Dash doesn't do us the trick because we started firing too late, so we just want to do some back dashes and a jump. And then just timing these hits on her. Where's my last save state? Timing those hits. You're just gonna have to get a feel for it. She appears at a very particular time. You're gonna have to kind of estimate. If you mess up your rhythm, just start spamming. Obviously you don't want to hang around in this room. You definitely don't want a Mana Prism there, because that will lag the game a ton. You can also do this, but I don't like it because sometimes, like that time, it leaves Buffalo Stars on the screen, so it screws up your rhythm. So unlike Xbox, please don't Mana Prism in this room. Just get away here, you have a lot of time. And try to Bat Dash as close to the door opening as possible, but it's not a big deal if you do it too early. You're still gonna get to it. Here, it's kind of like a beginning of an area. You want to hold right and do your Mana Prism. Do this. These are 3 wing smashes against the ceiling. Get maximum height. So here's something for this room. After you get the swing smash, I like to do a little dive there. It doesn't really matter. Mana Prism here. It doesn't lag the game in this place. Maybe Mana Prism. If you aren't in a good position after you do these 2 jumps, you can jump and kind of tap right. See how it kind of snaps him into position? Bam! Like I'm under it and I snap over it. That's kind of, if you're in a bad position, you can snap on the thing, and then you just want to obviously time very snappy, cool little jumps. Here there's a very cool strat where actually I should not have done that. Where's my last essay? Okay, I'm gonna explain it first. So the usual strat is to write that and be around about here. Do something like that. Help. But oh my god. But you can actually wing smash from without touching this thing. Where did this guy come from? It kind of bat Oh my god, get out of my life. There we go. And kind of miss that about, like, before you bonk on this ledge. But be kind of down. You don't want to be too high up, because then, if you do it correctly and actually hold up, bam, you can kind of get to here. Now, depending on where you wing smash from, you may get a bounce, which is pretty bad. It's kind of gonna look like this. Oh no, I still didn't get a bounce. That's interesting. I'm gonna do it on purpose from here. There you go. You're gonna get bounced down, and you're gonna have to time a very good miss bat for that. But yeah, once you're here, it's pretty normal stuff. Whoa. Make sure that you're actually holding up. Now, I'm gonna talk about the lag in a minute for this room, but try to be as tight as possible. This wing smash there is pretty hard on PlayStation because of the lag. We wing smash here, and I kind of time my next one at around this thing, because you need to be here pretty much. Oh, right where this ledge, kind of here pretty much. Bam, bam. And since I'm used to doing it with lag, now I'm gonna overshoot it, which is very funny. Well, less lag than this. Now, if you aren't touching the ceiling but you're high up, you can, if you're kind of here, you can still do it, but you need to be very careful. Okay, let's talk about lag in that room. Where are hearts? So if you somehow have 20 hearts, if you don't use my method where I actively avoid hearts in the clock rush, you can avoid some of the lag in that room. Oh my god, come on. So using the stopwatch in the imp room, as we call it, will kind of delay some of the AI and make the room lagless. You're gonna be doing it when you do the last jump here. Obviously you want to still do your fast movement. See how much less lag there is? It looks almost like Xbox. Typically I don't have hearts, or like you would need to get lucky in Colosseum. But even if you do that, it makes in the clock tower after the damage boost, I like to hold up left to mana prism after that damage boost, and you wouldn't be able to do that. You would have to do a different mana prism method there. You need to like only hold left, which you can, and it technically won't change much, but the bat will move in a slightly different way after you finish the jump. So you're gonna have to figure it out if you want to use that stopwatch right there. But it obviously says around a second just because of the lag, and maybe you will be more easily able to do, to execute that wing smash and stuff like that. Here you can do a very cool bat dash where you press back, bat dash, and bat at the same frame, and you run into the door. Let me try and do it. It's actually pretty difficult. It's like this, but in this particular case it's not needed. You can just fall down mana prism, do the wing smashes. I untransform, come on, I untransform from the wing smash about here, so I'll be wing smashing, bam, actually I guess a little bit earlier, bam, oh my god. Okay, I thought I used to transform here, but apparently it's like here. Can you please, sir? Bam. Dive kick here and use this time to do the mana prism, because the room is obviously empty and it won't lag a lot. Now here, try to not hug this thing, because you can get shot up like this. without even doing upward swing smashes, so try to be around here. After you enter the room, what I try to do is do 3 wing smashes and go down. Let me do it first. Like this, so I get the best possible angle upwards. Because riding this thing for too long will reduce my upwards momentum. But obviously you also need to avoid the pillars, so they're pretty high, so you can pretty easily bonk on. Oh my god! Nice invincibility? Question mark? Did you guys see that? They just didn't. The spell did nothing. So it's pretty easy to bonk that, so just be careful. But don't go too high up, because that can screw you up. 1, 2, 3, go down. Go up with the next one, and you need to miss pad around the screen transition. Obviously, please don't do it at the screen transition. This is PlayStation. It will absolutely destroy you, and you won't be able to do it. So just do it here. Fly up. I like to look at this step behind me. And when the head of the bat is at around this darker part, I know I can wing smash twice. Bam. Oh yeah, about this dive kicking that I do at doors, you can dive kick and activate the doors from pretty far away from them. Like, look at where I am right now, and I can kind of activate the door from there. This wasn't it. So you can be like, what I'm doing is I'm holding down left in this particular case, and I'm trying to press jump then attack to use a mana prism while I'm dive kicking. And this is what happened. So I didn't activate the mana prism, but Alucard jumped away from the door, pretty far away, but he was holding forward the whole time, so the door kind of opened before I was even in front of it, if that makes sense. I mean, yeah, I think that's the case for now. Anytime there is a lot of lag in rooms, like the imp room, if you that's also why I backdash slower in the Minotaur werewolf fight, is because it will just eat your inputs. And the way it does it is just because the game is playing slowly when it lags that much. It's kind of smooth. It's not too smooth, but it's pretty smooth. The worst of this is in all bosses when you're in the going towards Galamoth and you kill the ice shades or whatever they're called, these blue wish things. There the games slow down so much that I can't do the full chain of wing smashes there. I've tried, and my solution was to go down with my wing smash and up and avoid them altogether, to not kill them. It was impossible. But yeah, in this room you can just wing smash straight and press up when you're at this flat part. What I like to do though is a little bit different. I like to tap down and then hold up, and that actually puts me in a different position, if you notice. Let me actually show this difference. And this kind of has to do with the way I did the Colosseum, because when I tap down, it kind of gives me a steeper angle up. Now this room, there's a lot of things you can do that are pretty optimal, and a lot of things that look cool but aren't really that much different. So you can wing smash from here, but you need to time somehow a wing smash right here to do a very optimal task like Strat. Like that, except you need to do the input quicker. But first of all, I'm bad at it. So there I'm both mistiming the placement, and I'm not casting the thing quickly enough. But yeah, you can do 2 wing smashes there, and that will enable you to go further. But in general, for this room, the rule of thumb is you want to go further with your bat wing smash, because that's a faster way to travel both horizontally and vertically, as opposed to just flying. So usually you'll come here, you'll miss bat, you'll end up somewhere around there. Here you miss bat straight without turning around. You will turn around with just a tap. You'll wing smash there. Whoops. So here I only do straight miss bats. I don't do turnarounds. Tap. And you want to go as far as possible without bonking, because you're gonna get more height like that. Now, if you're really fucking good, if you're like really good, you can do turnaround miss bats on any of those besides the first one, like this. You do a very quick miss bat tap, and you will stick to the wall behind you, and it makes you be very high up, and the more distance you have to travel in this particular room as a bat in wing smash, the faster it will be. I know it doesn't make much sense. You see, it's very difficult as well to time without bonking. So I'm flush against the wall. That's the positive outcome of that. Bam. Bam. And that's how that would look. Now you can also ride the slopes, but riding the slopes is not faster, unfortunately. It looks pretty cool. So you would come here, you would do your normal stuff, and then you would ride the slope. Ride the slope. Ride the slope. Please. That. So you need to be very, very good with your full circle up top in order to do that. But unfortunately, that's not faster. Okay, let me catch up on chat a little bit. So I see some questions. Hello guys. Yeah, basically and we're pretty much at the end. So here I like to, oh thank you statue, that was okay. What? It just closed and then open. I like to be around here, and I do 1, 2, 3, and then I hold up at the transition. And apparently I mistimed one, but I hold at this other transition. So first I hold up all the way from this black screen, and after that, while I'm wing smashing, I hold back and up. So the goal here is to be against that ledge. You want to do a slower, I keep doing the fast mispat, but you want to do a slow mispat so that you end up being against that thing. Kind of like that. It's not very easy timing. No one really has optimized this part because it's kind of difficult to time, but you want to be against this thing like this. You can do it with the mispat. This works. So the bat hitbox is kind of deceptive. Kind of where his leg, if you see the little bat claw thing, that's where his hitbox ends. So you want to be flush against this thing, fly straight up. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Let me mana prism because I'm gonna run out. Because this, See, now I can go down. Even if it was only 1 pixel. You wanna run against this thing, press up, and now with the bat you need to get used to the way the bat moves when you just tap a direction, because I'm not holding it, I'm just tapping it. So if I'm here, let's for instance I'm here. If I tap once, I'm clear. So now I still know, if I tap once, I'm clear. If I'm like here though, if I tap once, I can't move. So you're gonna need to get used to if you can tap up, or if you have to hold it a little bit. Then you wanna wing smash, untransform as soon as possible. Maybe not that soon, that was a little bit too overeager, but you wanna do that. And because of the shop we did earlier, so you're gonna be either here or here, it doesn't matter, because you're gonna do the inputs sometime either way. When you select your mana prism, your selector is gonna be on top of the Buffalo Star. So press confirm, then you're gonna press page up and equip the heart refresh. This is super easy, I won't have to explain this to you how I fell it, obviously. But you have 2 frames to do this, it's very easy. I do 6 here, and what I do is I hold left and I look at Alucard and waiting for do like a step and a half, because again, if you remember, there's a cooldown on transformations, and if I do it like this, well, okay, if you try to do it as quickly as possible, you won't turn into bat, and you do like something like this, something that looks ugly and slow, or like this, or God forbid this thing. So do a step. You can afford to be low and kind of press up, and then you want to time a Mist Wolf, because look at this. If I try to be Alucard, first of all it's weird, but second of all, if I'm Wolf, look, I'm just gonna sit here and hold up. If I Mist Wolf, the elevator immediately starts up. Now since we did that menu trick earlier, now I just need to confirm, and I have Buffalo Stars on. And that's pretty much it for any person. Now it's just shaft and drag stuff, which is pretty normal. Now, I've thought about this. Many people may wonder why we go left, but if you go right here after this screen, we end up kind of here in a weird place. And if you miss bat early, you're gonna end up even lower than that. Versus if you go to the left, you're gonna ride this and end up all the way over here. With wing smashes, sometimes you can trade distance so that you get more height, and it ends up being very good. Now here I try to untransform on this eye, or like right after the eye and between the next tile, like this. Maybe also that was a little bit early, but optimally you want Alucard to not move at all. Here you do shaft stuff. You're gonna have to figure out your way of mashing, your way of jumping, how you hold jump for shaft, stuff like that. Shaft is technically a much more technical find than Dracula in some ways. If you try to do advanced stuff for Dracula, like the backdashing, you're gonna need to know just one thing. You can get locked. And if you backdash, you will get locked. Absolutely. So when you mash really hard, when you backdash, I was holding right there. I was holding right and I wasn't able to move. So when you do the backdash, do a tiny jump so that you gain control back. So I'm like, I'm Buffalo Star dashing. I'm even unable, if I spam quickly enough, I can't backdash. So you need to be aware of that. So I actually just do this. Wow, look how quickly they despawn here in this room. That's crazy. But yeah, I like to move left and right. Technically it's better to always face right, but look, I'm holding right now and I can't move. If I jump, I can do it all the time. So that's the risk of doing that quick strat. Some people like to do, so while they mash, they can kind of jump like this and hit his face. I can't do that because I don't have enough hands. But if you're an alien or something, you can. I don't know how you would do something like this while keeping the mash speed. But Dracula's right, our right hand, his left hand is always gonna be low, and you're never gonna miss it. So do that shit. So let me look for any other optimizations that I may have missed. Any PlayStation specific shit. The biggest thing is really Clock Tower. Never have a mana prism on the same screen as a misbat. Now here is fine, but when I go inside, look, slowness. Slowness, uber slowness. Here, please jump quickly. Like, I think I don't remember if I showed this, but if you jump slowly there, bad stuff happens. So don't be afraid to jump too early, because you're probably not gonna jump too early. Spin, boost, jump. No waiting. It's deceptive how early you can win smash here. You can be like right here. Oh my god. You can be like right here and just hold up. You're gonna be fine. Again, if this happens, well, if you get damage boosted twice, your only choice is to do some hops. If you like right here, do some hops and jump up. Can't really recover much from that. If you bonk, please don't do this on PlayStation, because it flags the whole fucking universe. Just wait and you're fine. Oh, okay. So since there are some people here, if you have any questions, I can answer them. This was not meant as a tutorial. This is not a tutorial. If you're a beginner, please don't listen to this stuff. It's only gonna probably harm you. Even though I mostly advise to get used to better strats and not super safe stuff, so that you develop correct muscle memory. Like timing stuff as opposed to spamming stuff like this. Like, even though you can spam a lot of stuff, in my personal opinion, if you time stuff, you end up understanding the mechanics a little bit better. And kind of, you're gonna be able to make better decisions depending on situations, which on emulator happens much more, I feel like, because you have to deal with lag, you have to deal with clockers being a thing that you actually have to try and do, and stuff like that. So this video, I'm only going to highlight it on Twitch. I'm not gonna upload it on YouTube because I'm just talking about the game and drinking beer. But I'm gonna have it up as a highlight, just as a reference point, so that I don't have to explain everything in chat when someone asks me or stuff like that. The point of this is, like, if you have sub 20 on any system and you're kind of committed. You're like, okay, I need to actually learn how to do stuff now. That's kind of how, at who it's targeted. That's the awesome Onyx pickup. I am using PSX Gen. It's the best performing emulator for running Sultan if you have a decent enough system for it. It's by far the most recommended one. You can also use Biscock, but Biscock has some emulation issues with this game specifically. And everything else is, you can use all the other solutions, but you're gonna have some slowdown from them. That's like from the emulator. That's just from bad performance. And in the case of EPSXC, okay, here's why I do not recommend EPSXC. Technically, the newer versions of EPSXC perform fine, but it renders the game in a bad way. That's the biggest issue. And when we are talking about stuff like this skip, for example, the death skip, it's gonna be 1 pixel off from how Alucard is placed on the screen in the background, which is very, very terrible, because you're gonna learn, I mean, it's still gonna work, but you're gonna learn like the wrong cues and the wrong frames for this, for relic skip, for Richter skip probably, yeah, probably for Richter skip too. And I just don't recommend it. Just get one of the accurate emulators, the more accurate rather. So all the PlayStation emulators are not accurate when it comes to performance. Let's get this out of the way immediately. Me playing on emulator is gonna be always quicker than actual PlayStation or PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 is pretty close, but it's still a little bit slower, because the prologue on actual PlayStation will lag much more. The Dracula fight itself. Oh yeah, so for this method, for Neutron Bomb, you want to do a kind of a full slide and then double tap. And then you're gonna have the backwards Richter. That means that you're actually good at the game and you did it correctly. Except I mistimed everything. Oops. Hello? Oops. Oh wow, that was one frame murder. That's surprising. There we go. I don't think I talk about that backup frame much. Do you mean... I mean, if it was from way back, I doubt it was very precise, but right now, Biscock, which is using the... I don't remember what the core was called, but it's using a core of... Fuck, what's the name? Let me see. Biscock. Guess so. Oh, this is Saturn. No, it's not. Fuck it. It's using a supposedly very accurate core. That's why it's recommended or required now for taskvideos.org. But for Sultan, like, it still has some issues. The problem with Sultan specifically is that it uses a typical audio system for its music, and that tends to cause some weird emulation shit. Oh yeah, let me do some of this. That's the most unfortunate part about this optimal super jump, is that you can get just stopped by the step. Yeah, Bisculk is multi-platform. It doesn't, like, the cores of Bisculk are from other emulators, just port into their interface and platform. Most of the time it performs pretty well. I like it for a lot, but unfortunately recently, the last few days, I played Super Metroid on it, and it lagged a lot when I was streaming. That was like my worst experience I've had with it. Otherwise, I've been pretty pleased. For example, the Saturn core, it's Yabos, and the actual Yabos emulator is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. It, like, a lot of the interface doesn't work. The scaling, the graphics scaling barely works. Sometimes the rendering, like either OpenGL or DirectX, fucks up the half of the game. So some of that is remedied, and it runs more consistently, let's just say that, on Bisculk. But it's still the same core, so it still has a lot of the same issues. It's just a better package, I feel. But yeah, the Bisculk emulator is pretty much made by the guys at taskvideos.org, which is like why it's targeted to be accurate, to perform consistently, and why they're now requiring it for so many systems for newer tasks that are submitted there. And I definitely support that system a lot, because it seems like a very cool endeavor. And they're very active about supporting it. Like, they're patching it every month pretty much for the last 2 years, or however it's been out for. Can I just get this run? That's a backup if you don't get a jump. You just jump up on the next platform. Oh, if you get crits on this guy, the only rule that you need to follow for Lesser Demon is when he dies, transform, wait to fall, and bark. Doesn't matter if you get crits, if you kill him sooner or later, doesn't matter. Just when he dies, do those things. See, that time I didn't even go for the one-tap dash because I knew I was gonna just get wrecked. When it comes to sub 8 clock, really on the emulator obviously, really my advice is find your personal balance between speed and consistency. Favoring consistency, because the mistakes you can make in Clock Rush cost so much time that any speed you might gain is gonna get negated if it's risky. So find whatever has a acceptable amount of risk for your shield dashing method mostly. So find a speed and a method that makes you not get hit by enemies, makes you hit enemies quickly. Like use those slope jumps that I talked about. So to revise, when you're right here, don't. So do this and you're gonna kill the table. Don't do something like this. When you're in this skeleton, don't do this. That's terrible. Just bam, bam. Be snappy. Level up, etc. Oh shit! Why do I have a vine? Whatever. Okay. I had not seen that this scroll bar is visible. Oh yeah, because it probably wasn't there before. That makes sense now. We're gonna do a casual Richter. In the meantime, if anyone has anything to ask, feel free.